How's it going, everybody? How's it going? Cam K here with you on a Monday night after a very busy weekend across the province. Hope you can hear my voice loud and clear. Really excited. We have one of the biggest shows we've ever had. Uh, Tons of guests tonight, all over the province. From NASCAR Canada, Calibogie, Connor Bell winning in his very first start. Tanner Holmes, runner-up at the Bone Stock race at Sauble Speedway this past weekend. Jason Metcalfe, he was also runner-up in the Outlaw Midgets race at Peterborough this weekend. Spencer Redell is on a hot streak right now. 3 wins in 3 weeks. He'll be on at 9 o'clock to talk with us, as well as Jaden and Lucas Chapman, father-son duo, Delaware Grand Bend. They'll be here to join us, talk about their plans. Jaden getting back into the pro late this past weekend, and what's going on with Lucas's plans for the rest of this year. We know he's a very busy young man. Austin Janette coming off of a bone stock win out at Sunset Speedway. And our first guest tonight from the Oscar Modified Series, getting his very first Overkill Enterprises modified race victory. 26 starts in the series, and he's finally got feature number 1, and he did it in quite dominating fashion. Steve Trendell is on the show. Steve, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, Cam. How about you?
Well, obviously, I'm not as good as you, buddy. Pulling off a big victory and really a start to finish. The entire night was an absolute clinic that you put on. I mean, from the start of the heats to the feature, you really kind of were the guy. And you had talked to me. We talked a little bit before the race, a couple days before, and I know you were really eager to get out there and try and do something for this championship season. Put yourself in a really good position, and well, you did it, man. How does it feel? You finally got you bagged number 1, man.
Oh man, it feels great. I put a little more pressure on Saturday night with Oscar announcing that our championship nights now move from autumn colors to Delaware. So essentially that gave us 3 races left in the year. So I was trailing Dale Reinhardt by 2 points, and basically going in, I just said, now's the time to get after it. If we're going to do it, now's the time to do it. And I never really practice that fast. I'm always like mid-pack, but it's just practice. I work on getting the car feeling good, and then when it's time to race, it's just a gear that flips in me and get after. Yeah, so I finished second in the first heat, and then I won the second one, and I got into second behind Jason. I was just kind of biding my time, and he slipped up, and I got under him going into 1, and he was more than gracious enough to give me some room. We've had some run-ins in the past, and he gave me the lane. It was just, I got into a rhythm, and yeah, of course, just like Flamborough, 2 laps ago, a caution comes out, and
Yep.
I was very vocal on the radio about it, but I'm just glad we were able to pull it off. But yeah, when my dad said I had almost half a track lead on Jason and Wally, it was kind of staggering, but it was just, I was in that groove where just every corner was the same lap after lap, and it's just, yeah, this is the best car I've ever bought, and I got to thank the Edwards and Brian McDonald for just making this thing a rocket ship and so easy to drive.
Well, that's exactly, we're going to talk about that. You are driving a different car from last year. This is an acquired ride. Has that made the difference this year? Because overall performance week to week has definitely improved.
Yeah, it's by all means, we loved our other car that we had, but it was a big spring car, so no coilover shocks, and we just felt like we were in a box. Like last year, it just seemed like it was 4th place after 4th place that we were getting, and we bought Norm Newman's car, and we were going to go with that, and then the Edwards clan called us and gave us an offer we could not turn down, and a day later we had 2 modifieds at the house.
You got 2 modifieds, and now you've got that win. You are officially leading the points right now. I mean, first time in your career in Oscar that you are leading these points. Now the big question becomes, how are you going to be able to keep this going? The momentum is on your side. The modifieds this year, it really has kind of been a bit of an open playing field, really. It hasn't felt like one guy is dominated. Obviously, we talk Jason Keane till the cows come home. He's always going to be very good. Wally Wilson's gotten up there. You've gotten up there now. Is the playing field a little bit even amongst the rest of the field, do you feel, for the rest of this year?
Yeah, I mean, like you look at the points, and obviously it's pretty much between Dale and I. Like,
Yes.
that's just the way that it is, and like I have the utmost respect for Dale. Him and I are good friends. Like, we're not going to wreck each other. We're going to race
Yeah.
competitive to the end. But yeah, on any night, like I can win, Dale can win, Wally, Jason, like Ryan Dick's there too on the verge. He just
Yep.
needs to get it sorted out a little bit more, and like he's a strong competitor. But basically, my mindset for the rest of the year is hammer down. Don't let up. We're going to Sauble on the 16th, and even though I was flying at Peterborough, Sauble's my track. It's just
Yeah.
I feel when I'm on it there, nobody can touch me, and with this car, it just gives me that extra little bit of confidence where I know like if we hit it right, like everybody's in trouble.
And it's been like we're not going to beat around the bush here. It has been a difficult year for Oscar. I mean, getting cars out is not the easiest thing, but the fact that you guys had, I think it was 12 that were there this week, and you had more than the hot rods did. That's obviously encouraging. You had some faces come in from obviously running at Sunset. I know that was initially a plan for you. You've also got the Delaware modifieds that are also running. So, in your opinion, is this helping or hindering your Oscar counts?
I think with Sunset, I mean Sunset with Sunset, they're gonna have their group that runs there. Delaware's gonna have their group, but I just think it spreads it too thin when we have too
Yeah.
many tracks running too many divisions. But what they did do is they all got on the same page. Nobody like we're not competing on the same weekend, so it does allow it. But man, for like $1,300 for a set of tires and just the travel and stuff, it's just I get why people want to stay close to home. The
Yeah.
Delaware guys stay at Delaware, the Sunset guys stay there, and I mean, I traveled for 15 years in the hobby car, and then we went to a Flamborough only schedule, and I hated life. I did not like running the same track week after week. Like it just felt like you unloaded the car, you did a 5 lap practice session, you wait for your heat race or feature. Like I want to travel around. That's how you get better as a race car driver. Like you go to the different tracks. Like every time we go to Peterborough, it's different. Every time we go to Delaware, the track's different. So but I mean, hopefully the car count picks up next year. But I mean, it's hard to say. We went less races this year with Oscar, and it hasn't really seemed to improve. Although Peterborough was good. Like I think we had 14 and then M's broke in practice, and
Yeah. And
Beanie had
Feeney as
his
well.
problems.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was a good count up there. Like we can't deny that.
So let's sell it then. Obviously, I know I'm wearing your competitor right now, but let's sell it. Because I obviously modifieds are Wally Wilson really sold me on them, and I'm way more of a fan of the tour style modifieds. I think they look way much sexier than those
Yeah.
big honking things that you guys were driving before. But what's the selling point? Let's talk about the modifieds. Why do you like to drive and be a part of the Oscar modified series?
The travel aspect. We get to go around like where we go to Peterborough, we're the show. We go to Flamborough, we're the show. Like we're the main attraction,
Yeah.
albeit the car count's not there, but we put on some great racing. Like at Flamborough, the opening night, Jason Keane and I ran bumper to bumper for all 30 laps essentially, right? And like it's close racing, fast racing. Like you said, the tour style modifieds are some of the most sexiest race cars
Oh,
out
they're
there.
so much good looking.
And we love the body style of our other one, but it's just when we got this car home and like you sit it down on the ground, it's like 2.5, 3 inches frame rail off the ground. And it's just, I mean, I'm 330 pounds and this car's a nightmare to get in and out of for me. We had to cut the door down so that it was easier for me to get in. But I mean, it's just, they're so much fun to drive.
That's the universal thing that we've heard about modifieds is that they're so fun. Um, we don't have a ton of time, obviously, because we've got a ton of guests here, but I do want to see plans for the rest of the year. Obviously, you've got your Oscar tour. Are we going to see you? Even though that the championship does not end at ACC, are we going to see? Are you guys still running ACC at all?
I mean, if we go, it would probably just be on the Sunday or whatever
Yeah.
day the feature is. Just my two little girls at home, and then like we do a big Thanksgiving dinner at my in-laws, and hey, I love to eat turkey, so I don't want to miss that. So we'll probably go to Flamborough for like Frost Fest because just it's 35 minutes, 40 minutes down the road for us. But yeah, we're gonna travel up to Sunset on Saturday to do the 50 lapper there. We're camping with some friends and stuff, but my wife has graciously allowed me to leave for the day to go racing. So I'd be remiss if I can't thank her for that. But yeah, but we were going to run Sunset all year, but some sponsorship stuff fell through. And then, yeah, I was talking to Tyler Liscombe, and he offered up and bought me 4 tires to go run Sunset. So
Awesome.
that means I'll probably end up there 2 or 3 times this year. Yeah, so I like Sunset, and I got to go knock Wally off that throne. I gotta give him a reality check up there, hopefully.
Oh yeah, I mean he's got basically Amanda and AJ that he has to battle with at the front. We need some more competitive fields up there for him. And you know what? Let's give a opportunity for you to shout out anybody that you want to thank. I mean, you've got a beautiful looking 46 car. Remember you sending me the mock up of what that car was going to look, and I said right away. Told me I couldn't share it, which made it worse because that's the one thing I like to do when we see some really good looking cars. But thank the people that make it possible for you, bud.
Yeah, I want to thank Nick from 519 Tint. He was our first sponsor that stepped up this year. So he really helped us. And then Grisdale Race Products, OK Tire, Neil Strom Trucking and Bin Service, Thompson Signs. They did the full wrap on the car. Basically, my dad just gave him the idea and he ran with it and turned out great. I got to thank Tyler Liscombe from Overkill Enterprise. He's I've become good friends with him over the years, and I'm glad his surgery went well and he's back on the mend, and we need him back at the track. And yeah, I got to thank my dad for everything he does. It's not a secret. I don't do any work on this car. From my house to the garage, it's literally one step out the door, and I'm in the garage with the race car. But he he lives upstairs in the apartment above us, and he loves to do all the work on the car. I just get the benefit from it, and I often joke that my 2-year-old daughter, she does more work on the car than I do. Whenever my dad's out in the garage, she's out there banging wrenches or hiding wrenches in the exhaust pipes on us. And but yeah, it's an effort all around. And yeah, I without my dad's the main guy. Without him, I wouldn't do this. I would pack it all in and sell it. And yeah, so the car's sitting right there. Stuff on the go. Lots of go karts. There's no shortage of toys in here.
Oh, that's what you love to see. Steve, congratulations, buddy, on your big first feature win. We know that there's plenty more to come, so best of luck for the rest of this season, and thank you for joining me tonight.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me on, Cam.
That is our good buddy, Steve Trendell, with his first win in the Oscar Modifieds. And of course, he did mention Tyler Liscombe. That's somebody that we should mention as well, because Tyler Liscombe is the reason why those Modifieds are out on the racetrack this year. He's Overkill Enterprises partnering with Oscar this year to be part of that division. So we are waiting on Austin Janette to be on the show here. He's scheduled for 8:40, so we'll see if he makes it in before his time is up. But you know, really, really great to see that he is out there. I mean, Tyler Liscombe has had some health issues, so he was able to get out there and do what he needed to do, get a surgery done, and he is on the mend, and we're glad to see it, Tyler. So we'll bring on Austin Janette, who is coming off of. Man, this is getting a little bit familiar now, Austin. We're up, I think, to number 4 in the last, maybe the last 10 like races in Bone Stocks. Austin coming off another win this past weekend, buddy. How's it feel?
I mean, it was a wild ride to say the least. You know, the track wasn't the best condition, but we made do with what we could. You know, it's not the best to race on a wet track, but I mean, the high side there's a lot more room than the bottom, I guess, and it kind of favored us there.
I think one of the things that I've always wanted to see is Bone Stocks race on a wet track, and I was like half an hour short from seeing it at Delaware. It was absolutely a buzzkill that we weren't able to actually see that. The weather just got too bad. But you know what? One thing that you guys were able to do this past weekend that I was really excited about is Danielle McPherson, and actually Cheyenne sent it to me first, but you took a picture with a bunch of your competitors after the race, which is something we never see. People that you just faced off against in that race. Jordan Owen, who you had to beat to the line. Again, actually, Jordan's done it twice now where he's had photo finishes in one season. But you guys all get along. You know, Steve Oakes is out there. You are out there. I didn't see Sarah in that photo, but she's always out there as Curtis Burnett, Matt McGrath, Ben McPherson. You guys got a good little crew in that bone stock division, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely on the track, you know, we give our bumps and pushes, but at the end of the day, we're all pretty close, and I think that's something special about the bone stock division at Sunset. You know, we go out of our way to see how everyone's doing, and you know, we're a close group of friends.
The one thing I love to see anytime that there is a race with you towards the front is I watch NASCAR Dougie because he's always pacing. And anytime I get to see him win and his fist pump when you guys pull it off is the greatest feeling. But for you, I've got to question how much pressure you feel because it's a little bit different because you're not a Willman per se. You're part of the team, and now all of a sudden your team has won 3 races this year. You've won 2. Matt McGrath has won 1. You guys are actually fighting for this title now.
Yeah, we had a few bad weeks there. It kind of knocked us down quite a bit, but I mean,
It did.
We still got 5 or 6 nights left, and I mean, with how last Saturday went, I think we're definitely going to be there at the end. So
What happened, bud? Because you were having some off weeks. You came out for the Lincoln with this car.
yeah.
Let's just say it didn't go very well. I was worried, honestly.
Mhm.
Carly said that you know the motor may have been cooked. I think she said I think we saved it.
Yeah.
You guys pulled off because it didn't feel right. How's the car feeling now? Obviously you won, but is everything back to normal?
You know, we had like 3 or 4 weeks there. We just couldn't. There was no power. You know, it doesn't matter how soon I was on the gas or how deep I drove it in. It was just flat. You know, I tried. I fixed changed the fuel pump, the fuel filter, distributor, just everything I could think of. And then one day I was sitting around and I thought of maybe checking the timing, but something I haven't really done. So I just called up a buddy that's familiar with Integras, and he guided me in the right direction. The timing was out probably 4 to 5 teeth, which is actually
Wow.
I'm surprised the car would even start. So he just told me kind of what to do. He showed me a little bit, and I just I had to do something right.
Now you guys have also expanded this year. You've added Matt McGrath in as a full-time competitor with you and Carly. How's that been as an expansion of the team? Is it helping you guys out?
Yeah, I think it's nice to see him up front competing. It's nice to have a teammate up there with you, But it's definitely helped us a lot.
So if it comes down between you, Carly, and Matt for a win, what happens?
I think I got to take that one.
Yeah, okay. All right.
We'll all be there fixing them, so but yeah.
It's been awesome to see you guys kind of rise. I mean, it's one of the things that we know about us, KLD, is you guys really have, over the past couple years, it's been tough. I mean, you guys had mechanical problems. I mean, what was it last year? As soon as your season started, before it started, right? And it kind of ruined things. You guys feel comfortable now that you're back in the Bone Stocks full time?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we kind of have like, an even, we're all there at the same time. We do the same work, same cars, it's nice to just focus on one project and, we kind of build off each other. So,
Yeah, it's definitely been noticeable. You know what? And I'm hoping that we'll get to see you back out. I don't know what the plans are for the rest of this year. Obviously, you're going to battle for the championship. Are
yeah.
you going to be back at ACC because you had a really, really good run last year?
Yeah, I'll be back there for sure. I love that place. It was, for the first time being there and racing, I think we had a good outing. We learned some stuff to to change for this year, and yeah, we'll be back there for sure.
Just the one, or are you taking all three?
I mean, that's up to the other drivers. I'll be there for sure.
Austin, we always have a blast having you on the show. It's always fun to chat. And you're coming off again. This is, I think, win number 3 or 4 in the last, couple races, dating back to last year. So definitely momentum is on your side. The toughest guy right now to beat for this championship, I assume, is going to be Calvin. Would that be your answer?
Yeah, I think because he has a healthy lead.
Yeah.
I know Steve Oakes picked up that new ride, and he's quick. He's going to be every week. It's going to be a battle. It's just going to come down to consistency and just keeping the nose clean till the end.
I mean, I'm telling you, if Calvin's got a couple more saves in it like he had from this past weekend, he will be tough to beat. But thank you so much, Austin, for joining me tonight, and best of luck for the rest of the year.
Perfect. Thank you.
That is our good buddy Austin Janette, coming off another win in competition, and we're coming off of seeing 2 feature winners this past weekend, but I wanted to bring on somebody a duo of sorts that I've wanted to bring on this show for a while, actually. And you're always never sure if this kind of thing is going to work out. But after talking with and seeing them at the track, I'm confident that we're going to see a lot more from this duo, not just from the dad, but also from the son. We've got a father-son duo here. Jaden and Lucas Chapman are going to join us on the show. Jaden recently just got back into the Pro Late model at Delaware Speedway. I believe he finished 6th. Lucas Chapman has been riding high, really, at Grand Bend Motor Speedway. He's got himself a win already, battling for the championship out there. It's going to be a little tough. He's got some seasoned competitors out there, but we're going to bring the folks at Redline Motorsports on the show here, and we'll see how things go. We'll bring on Lucas and Jaden Chapman here on the show. Wow, you guys look so alike now. It's crazy. How are you guys doing tonight?
Doing pretty good.
Good. Lucas, it has been a while, buddy. I haven't been able to see you in like a week. So, how are things going? How are you guys? How was it being back, seeing your dad running the Pro Late model again?
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Jaden, I for one want to see it some more. It was so nice to see you guys back out there and really competitive, actually. Field looked a little aggressive. I don't know what you think.
It was surprising at how competitive the car was. I was pretty open that I ran on the tires that I ran at the 300 last year. So to have the car the way it was, I was pretty impressed by it.
Looked a little bit. I mean, just from my point of view, it looked a little bit like the field got a little aggressive for what seemed to be just kind of a weekly event. Is it normally like that?
Oh, when you look at the times, you have to be elbows up at that track. The times, I think the top 5 are separated by like not even a couple hundreds. So
Oh yeah.
it's your elbows up to get to the front as fast as possible.
Now, you were able to take the car out. It's been, like I was saying, it's been a while, but are there plans to run it again?
I'd like to get it out. I think we're planning on doing the August 16th race at Flamborough to support their track for the Fan Appreciation Night. I know I've got a couple messages from people at Delaware trying to get me to come back out a couple more times, so we'll see what we can do there.
And what about Lucas? What's the plans for you running for the championship, I guess, out at Grand Bend? And I mean, working on like everybody's car, it looks like. Every time I see you guys, Lucas, you're working on somebody's car every week. But you running still for the championship, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So for the rest of this year, aside from Grand Bend, are there any other plans that you guys have, Lucas, for yourself?
I'm gonna run the mini stock on August 1st at Delaware.
What?
And go to Gold Rush.
Wow. Okay, so so you're going to be doing a mini stock race at Delaware Speedway this upcoming Friday. and then next for the Gold Rush. Jaden, how this opportunity come about?
You can thank Captain Chris Lawrence. He's been a very big part of Lucas's program. He helped with the cage in Lucas's car,
Okay.
and is one of those I thought about taking him to Gold Rush, but we weren't sure about bringing the car out. Talked to Chris, and Chris said, "Hey, the dirt missile's sitting there," and then it came to fruition that the dirt missile's a dual sport car. So he says, "Well, let's see if we can get approved to run Delaware." Seat time, seat time.
Well, I guess that's true, right? I mean, you obviously know Delaware very, very well. Lucas, have you ever run Delaware before?
I practiced there once, but I don't really know of it much.
Mm-hmm. So compared to, I was gonna say compared to Grand Bend, I guess it's pretty fast, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were surprised when he tested his car at the beginning of the year, the speed he had right off the hop there with his car. So
Well, and that's really what it is, right? I mean, he works on the car. I mean, that's one thing people need to know is that Lucas, you do a lot of the work on your own car, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember you saying before, is it still true that bodywork was your favorite, or is something taken over from that being your favorite to do on the cars?
My favorite thing to do on the car is the welding and tin work.
Welding and tin work, man. You got a good business ahead of you, both you guys, really, with Redline. Plans for the rest of this year? You've got obviously the mini stocks that you're going to go do, which is exciting stuff. I can't wait. I'm glad I get to be there to see you actually race on Friday night. That's going to be a lot of fun. Jaden, what about for the Redline as a team? Are you guys planning any races for the playoffs?
uh, currently, we're just taking it one race at a time. Like
Okay.
Lucas wasn't originally going to run for the championship at Grand Bend, and then obviously with the performance, we kind of had to run with it. He really wants to get out to Solville at least once. I know Pops and all them really want me to bring the pro late out there, so we're seeing if we can get something to work in between that. But we're also committed. Like he works for Connor Pritical in the APC program. Myself and Jessica, we work for Joe Lawrence in the elite team. So it's trying to fit it all in at once.
Yeah, I was going to say for what is it, Lucas, you're 11, 12? 12.
Yep.
12 years old? Yeah. For that to be that busy, I mean, I saw him in Victory Lane for Connor Pritico's big win. Some in Victory Lane with Chris's win. I mean, you must have the magic touch, right? You must know a lot about all these cars because clearly you're winning a lot.
He likes to rub that in.
Yeah, I mean, his resume, he's got more wins than you this year, doesn't he?
He even beat Wally Wilson in a foot race.
Oh, well, I kind of would expect that, really. So I guess next time though, Lucas, what you have to do is you have to bet Wally a ride in the modified if you win.
Well, no.
Maybe get his old prolate. There you go. Take his prolate from him. That would work. But you know what? I'm excited. This is awesome to see that you guys are going to be out there. Lucas, man, this is huge. I don't think I've seen a 12-year-old mini stock racer, so this will be fun. I can't wait to see it. That'll be on Rogers Television on Friday night. And you know what? We'll be definitely out there to see how you guys do. Thank you both for joining me tonight.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
That is our good friends Lucas and Jaden Chapman from Redline Motorsports. Going to go out there and run at Delaware Speedway. Breaking news, mini stock racing for Lucas Chapman for not just, he's going to run the mini stock for the BT Racing team on this Friday for the Invitational, and then he's going to run it, not the mini stock, he's going to transform it back to the pure stock for the Gold Rush on Tuesday at Flamborough Speedway. Make sure you guys get out there and see the youngest Chapman and really a future star in this business. I think we can all tell that he's out there running for some pretty good teams already. So congratulations to BT Racing, Redline Motorsports, Lucas and Jaden coming on the show. Awesome. I know it's tough. It's difficult to be on a show and chat with somebody, but good for him because I couldn't do it at that age at all. Somebody who else we wanted to have on this show tonight is a winner again, number 6 this year, and he's getting probably sick of this because each time it seems like every 2 wins I have him on the show, but he won't stop winning. So Spencer Redell is back on the show. Spencer, you know, you gonna share any of these wins this year or not?
Yeah, I share the second one. I can't win a second feature if my life depended on it this year. So we just take the first one.
First one again, and you know what? This year especially, it feels like this championship battle once again is going to go straight down to the final week between you, Chase, and John Cote. We've talked a lot actually on the last couple of weeks about the championship battle and how it is getting crazy. It's like 1 for 1. You and Chase. Now you've got straight up the win total ahead of everybody else. What has been the difficult kind of the difficulty for you this year? Because obviously you've got the winning down. Where's the struggle?
Honestly, it's luck.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw luck into it. We haven't had really any mechanical problems. It's just getting caught up in wrecks, and then just stuff happening. Like the one accident we got into, we drove into the back of, I think it was Rick, and it's severed the hood pins off. And then on the restart, I was bumping Matt down the straightaway, and then it just unclipped from the bumper and came up in the air. So I had to drop to the back for that. The window net came down 2 weeks ago at like lap 4, so I had to hold that up. And that's just it. Like all those are spots, right, that you're losing, and that's points.
I follow the Flamborough Pure Stocks more than I follow any other division. Normally I follow mini stocks a lot more, but this year you guys have me captivated because ultimately you guys are running a NASCAR style championship, which is ridiculous in itself, but you've got, I believe the total we've talked about is like 42 races total. I think it's something around there. 22 weekends, which is nuts. Double features and 1 week off.
Yep. And we've already had the week off.
And you've already had the week off. So the first half is already done.
Yeah.
You still have another half to go. You've already got a couple weeks into that half of the year.
Yeah.
Half of the season. How have you felt this year has gone for you guys as a whole? Obviously, you can't be upset with 6 wins, but I have a feeling because you're not in the points lead, maybe that irks you a little bit.
No.
No? Rather be the chaser?
I'd rather be the chaser. I was the chaser
really
last year. Yeah. Yeah. I don't want like right now, to be honest with you, I feel no pressure showing up.
Nice.
And I think that's kind of helped me. And but then, you know, Cote parks beside me every week and I look over and I'm like,
yeah.
Oh. But he's the one I'm watching because he's catching me now, right? So and he's hands down next to Slamma the fastest car on track every single week. He struggled a bit this week. We were talking about it, and but I told him, you're like, you're gonna have those weeks, and just, you know, tweak it here and there, add, you know, a pound or two of air here and there, and then he finished second in the second feature. So I probably shouldn't have said anything to him, but
yeah, that tends to be how it goes, right?
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, no, I prefer to be the chaser because, like I said, I'm showing up and I've been focusing on the mini stock. The pure stock sat in the sea container for 6 weeks and I haven't touched it. I changed the oil Saturday night for the first time this year. That's the most work I've done on it.
And the fact that you sound really relaxed about it. It has to be fun. And we've talked with several racers. Points racing isn't fun.
No.
Most of the time. It is stressful. It's a pain. It's go, go, go all the time. You've been talking to me about the mini stock for a while. Plans to take the mini stock out to some dirt races. And you finally made the reveal this week. A beautiful, beautiful looking mini stock. Let's talk about the idea about why you've chosen this throwback for the car.
So since I was a kid, I don't know what it is. I always follow the old guys around. Like, I hang out with Mark Allen and all those guys. So I guess it's just,
Oh, Mark, he just called you old.
but no, I grew up watching Mark Martin, and
Mhm.
I just loved the way he was on the track and off the track. Like, he's a champion in my eyes, even though he never won. Um,
Mhm.
so finishing second isn't too bad, and I've kind of, accepted that now a couple times in the last 2 years. So he's I'd love to meet him. I've never met him. I was hoping maybe, when Jacasa was running, he'd come up because he ran there when he was a kid, right? So, but yeah, so throwing it back to Mark, it's close to my heart, and obviously I know a lot of the guys in the stands, and even a lot of the drivers have come up to me and said, like, that's awesome. Like, it's a good scheme. So I think we're going to kind of stick with that now, and I think the Pure Stock's going to get a makeover for next year too.
Well, I, for one, like with Steve Oakes, what he did this year with the double basically throwbacks. He's got the Tide Ride 53, and then they went with the STP 53. You've got the beautiful Valvoline look, but not the like the 2000s. You've got the retro, like the 90s
Yeah.
Valvoline. Um, I think that type of move is what can bring people in to watch local racing. I think it's what attracted me to CASCAR all those years ago, was because they had cars that looked exactly the same to the Cup cars down south. I mean, they had the 99 Excite car, right? Looked exactly the same. The Skull Bandit car, exactly the same. The Goodwrench cars, exactly the same. That's what brings people interested. And you know what it does is people go to the racetrack and they go, I want to cheer for that car
Yeah.
because that's my guy from back then.
Yeah.
Alex Stewart, I still haven't forgiven him for getting rid of the Terry Labonte car.
Right.
Derek Cope is a great driver, sure, but
He
he's
ain't
no
there.
Terry Labonte. Come on.
No, for
The,
sure.
the one thing that I'm curious this year is you've got the mini stock. The plans, I believe, still to do dirt this year,
Yep.
or are
Yeah.
we
So
looking
this Friday,
this year?
I'm gonna bring it to Oswego.
Okay.
So, and
Okay.
then I'm gonna run probably the rest of the year if all goes
The
well.
rest of the year. And are you expecting to do any more of the pavement stuff at Flamborough for the mini stock, or just Oshwegan?
Probably just Oswego.
Okay.
I might throw I'll have to talk to Matt because they're his tires.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
but I'll have to talk to Matt. I might bring it for Frostfest. I
Okay.
haven't looked at the schedule. I can't remember when Frostfest is for the mini stocks, if it's the Saturday or the Sunday, because I'm planning on going to Merrittville for their fall brawl. So if it all lines up, because the pure stocks run Sunday, so
Oh,
I,
well, there you go.
yeah, so I believe that's not going to interfere with the pure stock, but I can't remember when the mini stocks run for Frostfest, so I'd have
It's a
to look.
good point. I don't really remember either. I
And
wish
then,
I did.
and then obviously Autumn Colors, it's up in the air. If I can find a trailer, I might bring it up and either put a hot gun in or bring it out for a mini stock as well. And maybe we can do 67 laps. I like the sounds of that.
I like the 67. I think that's a good idea for sure. I mean, obviously you've been very close. Finished, was it second last year in the pure
Third,
stock race?
third.
Third in the pure
We're
stock or
knocking
bone
off
stock
every
race.
position in the top 10 at Peterborough. We're
Yeah,
gonna
I mean,
get there
really,
eventually.
you could just, if you wouldn't mind winning with us on the car this year, that would be great.
Yeah.
I think ACC again, still one of my favorite events. I think it's Frostfest, Velocity. These 3-day events, man, they're the shit. Honestly,
Yeah.
that's when you can just park yourself at a racetrack for 3 days and not care about anything else. There's nothing better, really.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that things, you're not focused too much on the championship, but let's just go about one more kind of thank you to the people that make it possible, man, because now you've got 2 cars. That's a lot of maintaining you got to do, and
Yeah.
taking it to the dirt, man. I'm excited, man. This is going to be fun. Um, Obviously you got a couple of guys and gals from Flamborough that run out there, Wade Thorne, Mark Thorne, Jillian Hills. You've seen Bill Pearsall's out there. Um, what are you going to be able to do for this first week? Are you going to push it to make the A? If it's not right, you're going to park it. I know how bad you want to make it to the A main.
Mhm. Yeah. We've gone over. I've been talking to Alex too because he was out there for a couple times,
Oh,
and
yes,
we have
Alex Stewart. Yeah.
we have the exact same car, and he was telling me kind of like what the tires he was running and where he was at, and I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna change my tires compared to him, and we're basically gonna compare notes.
Okay.
I've talked to Wade today. Rodney, I talk to him all the time about tire sizes. The biggest thing is it's still a pure stock. It's not up to all the other mini stocks. So I'm gonna be off the
Right.
pace as well. Not as off the pace compared to an asphalt mini stock, as we can see. I'm 2 seconds slower, but I was talking to Wade today, and I told him what I did this weekend at Flamborough, and he goes, "You're gonna be fine. Like, don't worry about
Okay.
it." So
Good.
we'll see. Obviously, we're going with no setup really. Like I drove Wade's cars last year's, but it's a totally different animal. So
Hmm.
it's we'll see. We'll start building a notebook. That's kind of what we're gonna do for next year if we decide to run full time dirt. It all depends on how our financial situation is and our life and what we're doing. So we'll see.
End goal that you would be happy with, or a result that you'd be happy with for Friday. Obviously, A main is the goal.
Mhm.
What would you be okay with?
I still haven't got a top 15 at Oshwegan. I've been
Okay.
close several times, and both times it was in Wade's car that doesn't like me and just dies. So I was I was like 13th, and then I think I was 11th the one time, and it just died on the last lap in the last corner. So I'm gonna shoot for a top 15. But obviously, if there is a B main, I want to make it into the feature. That's a good
Absolutely.
just to
You
have.
know I'm going to be watching because I have a vested interest in this. If you can keep that decal nice and safe, you put it in a good spot.
Put it
Um,
higher. It's right next to the like at the top of the door now. So
yeah,
good.
just as long as you, Mark, and Wade don't knock each other's off, I'll be okay with that.
Yeah.
Mark De Silva is tuning in and says you can always ask him anything as well.
Yeah.
So love to hear that from the Oshweekend family, and best of luck this weekend, bud. I mean, I know you've been chomping at the bit. This is what you've been waiting for the whole season, was to get out there and run some dirt. So we'll be watching, and best of luck, bud.
Thank you. And if everyone wants to follow my racing page, Redell Racing, we're going to be giving away 2 tickets for Oshwegan for this
Oh, there
weekend.
you go.
And they're good for any other weekend as well, other than the Sprint Car National Night. So I'm going to post those tonight, and then I'm going to post our guest driver for Gold Rush as well tonight.
So big stuff on Redell Racing. Make sure you guys go and follow it. Spencer is one of the best actually at posting stuff on a regular basis. He's got some on-car, in-car footage. It's been a little bit close for him at the racetracks a couple of weeks. So make sure you guys do that. Go and support the racer that's going out on a new challenge at Oshweekend Speedway, and definitely tune in right here on GeForce TV this Friday. All right, make sure you do it. 7:30 is when we start at to watch Spencer Redell in the mini stocks out at Oshweekend Speedway. Spencer, thank you so much for joining me, bud.
Thanks for having me.
That is Spencer Redell. Make sure you watch him out at Oshweekend Speedway. Coming off of talk about Oshweekend Speedway, we've got to bring in our good buddy Jason Metcalfe, who joins us first time for the season on the show. Jason, and you know what? I had to bring you on because you finally had some good luck, it seems like. It's been a rough start to the year for you in the Outlaw Midgets presented by Glenn Steyer's Racing, but you looked back to your old self. How are things going this year for you, my friend?
Like you said, it's been a rough season, rough start to the season. We had the motor refreshed, and it just wasn't the same as last year. We've been changing things, trying different things, and we finally hit the mark on Saturday at Peterborough in the feature, and the car was a rocket. I was very happy with the way it went. My dad working on it every day in the shop and getting the tires set for me and everything. He's done a great job, and I was getting discouraged because of the season we had last year. We had an epic season last year with a championship and omnicolors and all that stuff, and I was getting discouraged, but I knew my team would bring me back up, and sure enough, we got back up there and had a second place finish at Peterborough, and it was an awesome night, really good night.
You're one of my favorite guests to talk to because you're so enthusiastic about really everything. And it sucks to hear that you got discouraged, but it's true. I mean, they talk about a championship slump, right? The championship hangover, and it's real. It is a real thing. You guys have really not been able to show your stuff either, though, because it feels like the Outlaw Midgets have gotten hit by the rain curse this year, that you guys always get out there and it just seems like your weekends keep getting canceled or postponed, or I don't even know how many you've had. I think it's only been like 4 or 5 this year that you've actually raced. So you still got a large margin of the schedule to go. Do you take, or can you take what you've learned at Peterborough and take it to the next week? You feel a little bit more back to normal now?
Oh yeah, I'm super excited now. I know I've got the car to compete now. We're going to Sauble this weekend for doubleheader. I got my first surfboard last year. I wouldn't mind getting another one this year. I love Sauble. Sauble's a great track, and the club always does well there. So I'm hoping I have the confidence back now. I know I've got the car to do it. I got the team to do it. I got the support to do it. So the competition is a lot stiffer this year. A lot of guys, a couple guys came back, like Robin McLean and Jessica James. Those guys and girls are fast. So I like having a competition like that. It pushes them even harder. So I'm hoping I can make my myself proud and my team proud and get a win at Sauble this weekend. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it for sure.
It's been obviously, without question, that the Outlaw Midgets have gone through a bit of a change in the last year. A lot of personnel have come and gone. New club president, but you guys are so active on social media now. You're streaming the races, you guys posting constantly, TikToks. This has got to feel so refreshing for you as a driver to see such activation from those in charge.
Yeah, the change in the upper management has been crucial for this club because last year it was a lot of negativity around our club. So we had to
Yeah.
make a change, and we did. And Nick is doing a great job as president. All the social media has been great. I love seeing the social media on our club. I try and comment as much as I can. All the drivers are enjoying it. We're all like talking and hanging out and having laughs at everything. Get on the track and race each other hard. They get off the track and just laugh and joke around with each other. It's great. I love the guys we race with. I love the club, the direction the club's going in. And then with us getting GSR as our main sponsor, like how can you go wrong? GSR is one of my sponsors. GSR is sponsoring the club. You can't go wrong. So I see good things happening with this club and the direction it's going.
Definitely, and like you had mentioned before, it is as a club that you didn't know where things were going, the negativity around it. I'm not one for seeing multiple divisions that could run together. Unfortunately, that's the circumstance that we're at right now. There's a couple of different classes that really could come together and make a really, really strong field. And unfortunately, we're not seeing that. That does hurt the product, in my opinion. But you're going to give it a shot. Once again, it's all double features. Is that more your style, or you like a single race?
At first, I wasn't sure because I like having the two heat races, use it more like a practice for the feature. But now I just use our regular practices as the actual practice, see how the car is going to go. And then if I do a change, I'll use the qualifying feature and see how it goes, and then the main feature. So it's a bit of a change, but I'm kind of liking it. I'm kind of liking it. It feels like more seat time. It's probably the same amount of seat time, but I'm actually kind of liking it.
I think again, with an ownership change, with things of trying new things, it's a way to try and bring people into the class, try and make things a little bit better. Obviously, you guys have a very solid core. There is no doubt about it. You have a lot of big names that have been back in this series. Obviously, Robin coming back is a huge get for you guys. That was under wraps, and then it came out, and it's good stuff. Obviously, Fred being injured, he's at least had his car out there.
Hmm.
The Homewood's out there, Inglis is
Hmm.
out there,
Hmm.
McCall's out there, you're out there. And then, of course, we talk about the woman who's basically made this division, Jessica James, coming back a little bit later. She wasn't out to start the year, so that kind of takes her out of the title contention. She was looking like Jessica James of old at the start of that race at Peterborough Speedway, had a mechanical failure, but should the field be concerned that she's looking like Jessica James of 22?
Yes and no, because I know a lot of our guys have gotten quicker, so I think we'll be able to compete with her. Um, I think it'd be a good show. I'm looking forward to competing with her because obviously I got my car off of her. So
That's
I
right.
want to be able to race with her, and actually I want to beat her. You know what I mean? Just that's the way I want to like she's taught me so much. I want to be able to beat her. But then again, with Robin coming back, Robin has been I know he's coming back for a while, but he's been a huge help to me. He's any question I have to ask Robin, he'll give me the straight up answer. He's helped me up so much, and he's helped out the whole club, and it's great having him back. But yeah, the competition is going to be stiff, but I think I've got the car to compete with these guys, and I'm really looking forward to it.
You've also taken on a various amount of roles other than just a driver this year. Obviously, spotter for Ollie Ferguson.
Yeah.
Several unfortunate weeks for him. Obviously, it's gut wrenching to see the medical issues that he's had once again this year. But you also spotted for Donovan Price, which That's definitely new. You know what? It's funny because as soon as I heard Donovan told me that he spotted for you spotted for him, I was like, what a good fit. You and the donk seem like a perfect combination. How did that come about?
I guess he knew I was spotting for Ollie and getting back to Ollie for a minute. He's had a bit of a rough season, and I feel bad for the kid because that kid can drive. He's a great driver. He's got a great car now. He's just having some technical issues and stuff like that, and we're gonna get it fixed. I know we will. He'll be in victory lane soon. But I guess he found out from Ollie I was spotting for him, and he asked me last Monday if he can't find a spotter, can I spot for you? I said, of course I will. No, as long as they're in for my schedule, no problem. I'll do it for you. And it was great. It's like I think we met online iRacing a while ago, and I met up at the track for the first time, and we just hit it off like we knew each other forever. And I said, "Is there anything specific you want to know when you're spotting?" And he said, he gave me a couple of tips what he likes to hear and what is I want to hear, and I think it went great. He said I did a good job. We had a lot of fun, and hopefully I get to do it again with him.
So we've talked at the racetrack. We were a couple weeks ago at Peterborough Speedway, and um, I'm going to bring it up because I loved the answer. You've got a young lad in your family that is not so well. He's not so young anymore. I remember seeing him, and when you were running in the NASCAR Canada Series as a crew member, he was a little guy, and he's not so little anymore. But Cooper out there now, he's got his own little career going. He's taking pictures at the racetrack. He's also looking at getting behind the wheel of one of these cars. How does it feel, bud, to have your son so invested in this sport that you love so much?
I get to do it with my dad, so now I get to do it with him. And funny enough, we were out at Peterborough on Saturday. He got in my car and he was testing, and Cam, I was blown away. I was so proud of him. I wasn't nervous. There was one little point there where he got a little loose coming off of two. I was a little nervous, but I had so much confidence in him, and the way he drove that car, I was like, wow. I can't wait to see him. Like, being on a track by yourself is one thing, but being in a racetrack with a bunch of cars is another thing. So that's going to take a little getting used to. But the way he got in that car and the way he handled that car, those cars aren't easy to drive. But the bumps and everything like that, he was a little nervous with the bumps and stuff. I said, just, you know what to do. I'm not worried about you. You know how to drive. And he did amazing. So I think the plan next year is going to be, we'll split the season. He'll do a race and I'll do a race and stuff like that just to get him into it. And then we'll figure out what we'll do from there. But yeah, to do this with my son, my whole family, like when my family comes out to the track, there's nowhere I'd rather be. Like it's so much fun. Like having, like, last weekend, my cousin, my Tyler and Ashley and my sister, they're there most times. My cousin Crystal and Brian, they come out every race. Brian is actually the official with the club, so I love doing it because I get to do it with my family, and there's nothing better.
And that's a perfect way for us to end this one, man. Jason, you know I love having you on the show, man. Nobody I like talking about racing with more, man. You're so energetic, so fun, and always so professional, man. And who knew all those years ago when we first met in the NASCAR garage where we'd be
Exactly.
4 years
Living
later,
the dream,
right?
man. Living the dream.
It absolutely is that. Best of luck for the rest of the season, Jason.
Thanks, Cam. Appreciate it, bud.
That is our good friend Jason Metcalfe from the Outlaw Midgets. What a great guy. So much fun to have on this show. And speaking of fun, we couldn't talk about fun without having Tanner Holmes on the show. Tanner's coming off of the best finish for CGC Racing, second place officially now after the Epic Race for Bone Stock division out at Sauble Speedway after a heat win.
Yeah.
After a season, probably, how do we describe the start of this season, Tanner? Is it hell? Has it been worse than hell?
I don't know, man. Honestly, I haven't done a lot of racing. We, I got rid of the truck and got the hot rod. That turned into a whole lot more work than I thought. So I wasn't even planning on racing this year until Pops called me and, blew the transmission out of that car right away. So that was some more work. And yeah, it was I guess hell would be a good way to put it for the start of the season. But, it all means so much more now, right?
I mean, you guys at CGC have gone through a lot. Picked up a new car because you really didn't have an option. You had to. You picked up a car from McPherson's. And like you said, it didn't go well to start. You had numbers made of tape. You didn't get out there and run as often. But it all makes it worthwhile when in a field of 21 bone stocks, you can go out there and finish runner-up to Wade Thorne. Yes, Pat Farrow was there as well. We can't deny that. But how does it feel, my friend, that you guys are back looking at a potential charge at Sauble Speedway now to the front?
Man, it feels really good. I got to be honest. Like it's those boys up front. They're fast. It ain't an easy field to kind of come through. So it feels really good to be able to perform. We've been working hard on this car, and every week it rolls out, it gets a little better, and so I guess we're in P2 now. So we just got a little bit more to go.
You and I know that the ownership at CGC lives and breathes racing. The energy that they both, Pops and Steve, and we'll add Matt on top of that as well, that they bring into this deal is matched by obviously one of your teammates in Graydon Bunn. But how does it feel for yourself to come into a situation like this where you've been able to help them get something that they haven't had before?
Man, it feels great. Well, like you said, the energy that they bring to the table is crazy, and that when you get a good run like that, they sure heck. I come around turn 3 and 4, coming to the heat win, and I can see Pops and Steve jumping in the air, arms flailing. So it's pretty cool to see them so excited about it. They really do have their heart and soul invested in it. So it's always awesome to go out and perform for them, and they're just as proud as anybody to see those cars out there doing good.
I mean, it wasn't just yourself. I mean, Matt pulled off a top 5 as well. I mean, that's a rebound because you guys started the year, and like I said, really tough, but you've seen this kind of transition at Sauble Speedway from what was a kind of boring for a mini stock program that was working with breakout times, which it served its purpose, I think, back then, but it certainly feels as if Epic Raceware, your brother Brad, bringing in the bone stocks has been a brilliant idea. The fact that you got 21 to show up this past weekend, you guys have got to feel ecstatic to where things are going.
It really has been great, and I mean, it was kind of a no-brainer decision. Like Bone Stocks is on the up and up. I think we can all agree it's pretty much the biggest series going right now at every track. So I think it was a good decision that he made. Like you said, the field's huge. Since I got in the Bone Stock itself, I don't think I've raced with less than 20 cars, which is new to me, right? Even the 50 lapper was, gosh, I know we sent a bunch home that night. I think there was 30 something cars, and
Yep.
so it's being that that's my first time racing in a big field, it's kind of cool to look in the rearview mirror and you see just cars as far as you can go, right? It's and it makes it hard to get up there, right? They're all so fast, so close in speed. So, but yeah, it's a lot of fun, man. Big fields are cool, and I can only see it growing from here.
It's not even just the big fields that you got now. You have competitive fields too. You've got Wade Thorne, Mark Thorne, yourself, Savannah Finley, Brady Cox, Alex Stewart, Jeff Rourke, Justin, I'm going to butcher his name, Stoyanovsky.
We just call him Stoyo.
Stoyo. Okay, so close enough. Matt Campbell out there as well. You got both the Schmitz that run regularly. Cody Cooks that's out there. This is a really fun division, and you guys all, for the most part, it seems like, are treating each other with a ton of respect out there, having a buttload of fun, and putting on some damn good racing.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. The entire field, I swear, the entire field's all friends. We all races done. We're all talking to each other, hanging out, drinking beer, carrying on. It's everybody's all friends there. I don't think there's been one argument or anything yet this year, which is, in my experience, unheard of at a racetrack. There's always drama, but I haven't seen any yet. So it's pretty cool to have a group of guys like that. And they, like you said, they are all super competitive. So I'm fortunate that I got a good car because I talked way too much smack before I got in one to Brady and Pat and everybody I could. So I kind of had to back it up, or else, I would look like a dummy.
Yeah, definitely would have. But you know what? I will say Kudos to everybody out there. I know my man Graydon Bunn loves this team. He loves this track. I wouldn't have this show and not talk about him. What's it like having, well, what's it like having Graydon Bunn as a teammate? I imagine it's never a dull moment.
You know, you gotta appreciate on race day when you get 45 messages from somebody who's more excited to see you at a racetrack than you are to be at the racetrack. He's definitely a hype man. I mean, all of CGC has a lot of energy, but I think Graydon tops all of it combined. He's a very, very loud, exciting person. So it's super fun having him as a teammate and kind of working together with the card and seeing what we like and what we figure out. It's been a lot of fun.
How about Phil?
Phil Gibbons?
Phil Givens.
I love that guy. Love that guy. I think my new favorite hobby is messing with him. Every week
That's
I'll
what I
try
was
and get in
getting
his head
to.
and play with him, and you know, it's good fun, right? I mean, I got to be careful because I'm gonna wind up stripping my car down until 2 o'clock in the morning one night if I get too excited with him. But no, he's great, man, and I appreciate what they're doing too, bringing the fairness into the bone stocks. Like everything's cut dry. There's rules. This is the rule book. If he doesn't know, he walks the rule book and he'll walk through it with you. And he's just trying to make sure everything's fair. And I think he's been doing a great job of that this year.
I don't get out to Sobel myself, but I got connections and people that go out there. I always like to ask and see how things are going. And that's been a positive that I've heard is the tech is legit. And it, as you said, it's cut and dry. And that's what we want to hear. We need that. It's pretty evident across the board. Now, you got big weekends coming up, Tanner.
No.
How are we feeling for the rest of the year, my man?
Pretty good. You know, I don't really know what I'll be doing for the rest of the year. Like the hot rod's coming out this weekend at sunset for the doubleheader. So that'll be the debut for it.
Sunday?
Saturday and Sunday.
You're going to come Sunday? All right.
I'm going to come Sunday, yeah. So I'm going to bring that out to this weekend. And then for sure, Autumn's colors and anything else in between will probably just be, you know, whenever I have free time, I might load her up and go if it's ready. So, but yeah, that should be fun. I don't know how it's going to run. We'll see. I'm learning lots with it. So, but it'll be fun to get out there and support Racing with a Cure and, you know, get that out to other tracks and just Sobel. We really want to promote that. I think it's a great cause. So we'll that'll be on the hot rod and we'll bring it to different tracks, see if we can get some donations towards the cause and, you know, see what we can do with this awesome racing community that we have.
The Racing for the Cure. I know I was talking with Graydon. There are some big plans happening with CGC Racing and Sobel Speedway regarding that. Stay tuned for social media for that. It will be coming out. There's some really, really cool stuff happening with the track and, of course, with the Racing for a Cure. Tanner, thank you so much for joining me, man. Thunder Adventures on YouTube says hello to you. And we want to I want to thank you for coming on the show and best of luck for the rest of this year, buddy.
Awesome. Thanks for having me. I'll see you Sunday, buddy.
All righty. Sounds good. That is our friend Tanner Holmes. And we would wrap this show up now, but we wanted to get a huge guest to end this show. And how about a kid who joined the NASCAR Canada Series this week? That's right, this week at Calabogie, and did virtually the impossible, but he did it. And that is Connor Bell, who piloted the number 3 to victory lane. I can't even believe I'm saying this. First career start, first career win, takes Hackinson at Hackinson Racing back to victory lane in the NASCAR Canada Series for the first time in 5 years. I can't imagine that the smile will be off of your face anytime soon, Connor. How does this feel?
Well, something I can't quite put into words still, just yet, even though we're more than 24 hours past. But yeah, I mean, I couldn't have asked for a better debut than that. The guys at Ed Hackinson Racing gave me just an unbelievable car all weekend long. And, they were teaching me the ropes of the series from, I'd never done a live pit stop before. So we they were teaching me how to do a pit stop and all that stuff. So started out from the absolute basics to somehow coming home with the win. It was a surprise, but couldn't be more happy, that's for sure.
The fact is, you went out there and beat Marc-Antoine Camerand, Andrew Ranger, Kevin Lacroix, DJ Kennington. You had Sam Fellows, legendary Sam Fellows, Ryan Vargas. The names go on and on and on. And you were able to beat them. Now, who was the crew chief for you?
The crew chief was Jeff, JT. He was awesome. Jason Hathaway, of course, was also on the box. So those two were just, a wealth of experience. It was, I think, the perfect guys to have on the box for my first event. Like I said, they taught me everything, and the strategy was on point. I sped in the pit lane the first time, but we ended up at the back, but somehow got back up to the front, and that's because of their strategy. Can't thank them enough.
You know what? Terry Dewey, part of the team, says, from all of us at the team, you have no idea how emotional the win was. I was sitting here watching Race Monitor because we didn't have access, unfortunately. There was no stream of the race. And I was basically live posting in our fan group. And I found myself trying not to get emotional at this. Ed obviously was huge to this series, and you got the opportunity. I want to know kind of how this whole came about, because it was really kind of a surprise. I mean, obviously Calabogie was added to the schedule this year. Huge for you guys that race out in that area. NASCAR has not been there ever at Calabogie, and you got this opportunity. So when did this all start?
Yeah, so at the end of last year, I actually thought about getting out of racing for a couple of years, taking a bit of a break. But then I saw NASCAR obviously post the 2025 schedule, and being a local to the Ottawa area, Calabogie type thing, I was like, well, I've always wanted to race in this series. It's been on the bucket list. I've been dreaming about running in the NASCAR Canada Series, and I saw they're coming to Calabogie. I was like, let's just do one last race. Let's do one more. Of course, that's not how it works in racing, but yeah, so we basically did a tour of a couple shops and eventually committed to DJ. We had, committed to running with DJ Kennington Racing under one of his rental programs. And since, a couple, obviously, of the ovals got canceled at the start of the year, he had some drivers that had committed to a certain amount of races, and then they got pushed into Calabogie, of course. So I'm sure he had a lot on his hands. And then Jason, I don't think really wanted to do Calabogie. So them being good friends, they started talking about it, and Jason took a chance on me to hop in the number 3. And it all sort of came about last minute, but super glad I got hooked up with those guys. I mean, of course, DJ has a great program as well, but I think right place, right time, lucked out on Sunday, and came home with the win.
It's still crazy to hear that this is the reality, right? You're 19 years old. You haven't been in the NASCAR Canada Series before. First start. I mean, we're on Rafael Lessard territory here. This is where you're kind of running into on that side of things. Obviously, how big was this NASCAR event coming to Calabogie? How much did it mean to the locals there?
It meant a lot. There was a lot of buzz in the city, especially in Ottawa. So we did a couple of events in downtown Ottawa before the race. We had, there's a big Italian festival in the month of June, so we were there for that. And then right downtown in the core of Ottawa as well. The locals there were just loving having the car. We basically had an older DJ car as a practice car and a show car, so we brought that out, and the locals were loving it. At the track, just the amount of fans was incredible. I've been to Calabogie many, many times and never seen that much excitement. It was awesome. Even on the formation lap, just driving around, seeing all the fans was incredible. And then all the fans knew the local drivers, so there was extra support for that as well. It was just awesome. You couldn't have asked for a better weekend.
Obviously, you weren't the only one out there from that local scene. Todd Musker, who is a name I actually am familiar with. Todd Musker drove in the Ontario Sportsman Series the very first time I saw them, way back in 2005. Todd Musker was driving a 53 Hot Wheels car, and it was his first start in the series. It was really cool. I don't know, actually, it may have not been his first start, but I think it was first season there. So I knew him. You had Ron Tomlinson out there, Jeff Johnson. This is what NASCAR can do, is it can bring your local racers out and have a great experience for them. In your estimation, would NASCAR be silly if they didn't come back to Calabogie in 2026?
You know what? I think so. The fans, like I said, were just awesome. I think, the event's only gonna get bigger as long as they keep coming there year after year. It was already jam-packed, and I can't imagine coming back for a second year. Just the word of mouth that's going to spread throughout the city, I think will bring even more fans.
The big question here, Connor, are you one and done? Or are we going to see Connor Bell potentially in another race this year or next year?
Well, we definitely want to make the Calabogie race a yearly thing as long as they continue, and I believe they will. But we are already talking about doing another one for this year. I don't want to give too many details just yet.
No, don't spoil it.
Will be a road course
Okay.
if we do it. Just trying to get some sponsors together.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like we might be able to do it, and I have some people trying to help me for even a second one, or sorry, two more, so a third, I guess. But yeah, we're working on some stuff, not confirmed yet. Need the sponsor money for sure, but yeah, to be able to have the one race was incredible, and to have the potential to do more is just out of this world. It's a dream.
I've already got a message here that says, "Congrats, Connor. Come to Delaware." So there you go. You've already got people asking to come on oval racing, so that would be a definite trip for you, right? What's your racing history?
Well, I've never done any oval racing.
Okay.
I've primarily road course stuff. Started out in karting around 10, 11 years old or so. Did that for a couple years. Never really did anything too serious, just regional, karting, stuff like that.
Yep.
Then took a couple year break and actually got into sim racing quite a bit during COVID. That unfortunately gave me the bug again. Fortunately, unfortunately.
Yep.
But then jumped into Spec Miata at 15. Did some prototype racing and radicals and stuff like that. Did some racing in Super Production Challenge, which is a support series for NASCAR at most of their road course events.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, this NASCAR race came about.
Let's put it out there, bud. How fun was it?
So much fun. I mean,
Yeah.
just like I said, dream come true. Seriously, I remember a couple years back for a team I was running with in the Super Production Challenge, they asked me to make a little write-up for their website, and one of the questions on there was, "What's your dream series to run in?" And it was what was formerly called the NASCAR Pinty Series. That's what I wrote, and had always been looking up to the series when I was there as a support racer for Super Production Challenge. And it's pretty crazy. Like, some of those guys were my heroes, like as a young racer. Alex Tagliani, Marc-Antoine Cameron, Kevin Lacroix, Andrew Ranger, like you said earlier, guys that have literally run an IndyCar. Canadian legends, DJ Kennington. So to be able to go out on track with them and even win, it was just crazy. As you can tell, I'm still lost for words.
I think most of us are, actually. I mean, it's not something, oval tracks we've seen. You can have the odd name come out there. Ken Schrader has done stuff like this before, where he goes out and wins. He went out at Schweeken Speedway, and then you have obviously names like Trayton Lapsevich and Kyle Steckley that got out there and were successful. But for yourself to go out there and do it in a field of 24, it was remarkable to do it for a team that really, really needed something positive to happen. Means so much. I love that team with all my heart. I've followed this series, um, following and providing coverage of this series for the last, 5 to 6 years. And we haven't had a situation like this in a while where someone comes in that's completely unknown. And unfortunately, that was the case. It was an unknown, really, and does this. So I can say that this was a breath of fresh air. It was really exciting. I really hope that we get to see you do a couple more. I think the series needs you. I think Team 3 would definitely like to have you back after what you did for them. And definitely this one's for Ed. He was smiling at that. And you know what, Connor? How can people get in touch with you if they would like to partner with you for those future races?
Yeah, thanks for that. People can go to my website, connorbell.racing. You can go to my Instagram, which is the same handle as well. We have a lot of really unique opportunities for sponsors. For example, this weekend, we had between Saturday and Sunday, we had 180 guests in our private hospitality area. We had a 40 by 40 tent, full catering. We had our own private grandstands. It was an awesome experience for the sponsors. That's just one of the many things we offered. So I think we're doing something pretty special here, and always looking for more partners. And like I said, hopefully we can do this again.
Well, we wouldn't end this appearance on the show without you being able to thank those partners that made this happen for you. Thank anybody and everybody that puts you in this position to win.
Yeah, so all of our sponsors were local Ottawa-based companies. I think it's really important that we support local,
Yes.
Especially for the NASCAR Canada Series. So our sponsors were the Diamond Foundation, which is a local charity we're helping raise awareness for. It was East Rock Equipment, a heavy equipment dealer just outside of Ottawa. It was Nepean Building Supplies and Pex Marina. Those 4 companies. I know it sounds cliche, and I've said this before. People always say they're the only reason they could get to the race, but truly, I really do mean that. I would have never been racing in the NASCAR Canada Series, let alone racing at all this year without those companies. So they made it happen. The guys at Ed Hackinson Racing gave me, like I said, an awesome ride. They were just so welcoming for my first weekend. Couldn't have asked for a better group of guys. I really, really, truly hope we can do this again, because that was just a weekend to remember for sure. And everybody in the series too. Like you, Cam, everybody else has been so welcoming. The hospitality is just crazy. Coming into a big series, I didn't expect for people to be so nice, but it's just awesome. Seriously,
Yeah.
I couldn't be more happy to be a part of this series this weekend. Yeah, there's so many people to thank.
Well, you know what? I'm really glad that you're able to do this. Really glad that you took the time. Obviously, the day after something like this happens is crazy that we're able to do it. But 19 years old, you got lots more time to get out there and be a part of this division. And we know that one of the things that's unfortunately lacking is that Ontario racer. And we definitely have found somebody here that definitely could fit and give a challenge to those Quebec guys on the road courses. That's what we really need. So best of luck in whatever races you were able to get out there. And we're definitely going to connect on social media. We're definitely going to follow you. And I'm just thankful that you took the time to be on the show tonight.
Well, thanks for the opportunity. Thanks for having me. And hopefully we'll see you again here soon.
All right. That is Connor Bell, a winner. That's right. Officially a winner in the NASCAR Canada Series. Thank you to him. Thank you to everybody that came on the show tonight. Steve Trendell, Austin Janette, Jaden and Lucas Chapman, Spencer Redell, Jason Metcalfe, Tanner Holmes. You guys made this another great show here on G4S TV. Make sure you check it out. We have Obviously, a lot more fun happening in the coming weeks. Make sure you keep it tuned here. 20,000 subscribers here on G4S TV. Let's get this going. Let's get up to 21,000 as we continue to roll, continue to grow. You've got Ohsweken Speedway Racing, again, like we mentioned, micro sprints. So the little O is running once again on Thursdays. You have your big track, the Ohsweken Speedway, is running on Friday night. They're back in action. The Powwow weekend has finished, so they're back. Definitely go out there and join us here on Friday for that. Race Rivals Race Chat with Clinton and Adam will be back again this week. I will see you next week, everybody. From here, thank you so much for being a part of ONTrack Weekly. We'll catch